It's the NRW, where nerds rule the world. I'm Kuya P. It's the KayFabeyBaby NRW Ring Generals Podcast, and I'm here with my homies. I got Sean Mongold. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good.
You got
good.
like this whole thing now. It's like a thing, man. Like, what? What, son? My man Sean Mongold. Great to see you, brother. And of course, my man Webster Style. He's done all his work for the day, bro. So the bow tie is loose.
Man, look,
Webster Style in the building.
Look, my behind saw Deadpool and Wolverine at 10:55 last night, so I didn't get back home till 1:25 and still went into the office today. So I'm tired.
Oh, dude. So you got all that residual, all that. Because I don't know about you, that movie got me pumped up. So you got late, and then you had to get up early. And then your brain was.
I ain't gonna sleep till like after 2:30, just because of getting things together. So, and I still got to work early. So man. Yeah, I'm done.
So it's been a day. It's been a day and tonight. What did you think of Deadpool, though, man?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay. Sean ain't see it. No,
I'm not going to spoilers, but I enjoyed it. I thought they did a good job with it.
All right, we'll leave it there.
God damn it. I need to see
Sean, you ain't seen it yet, man?
No, I haven't. I'm really upset. Fuck. I really
all right, y'all. Well, hey, y'all, your boy Creepy, man. I you know what, I cover the entertainment. Go check out the full review. We went into spoilers, so don't see that, Sean. We went almost over an hour talking about it. I could talk forever on that film. Looking forward to hearing what you think, Sean, when you finally see it, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're here for wrestling. Yep. This ain't Deadpool versus Wolverine wrestling, although there was some movements going on in that film.
Oh yeah.
But like superstars coming out of the woodworks in that film, just like a wrestling event. So again, go check out Deadpool Wolverine. But we're talking SummerSlam heading to Cleveland this weekend as of this recording, Saturday, August 3rd. We want to drop some picks on y'all. We did tease that the amazing Maki Roll, Sean's beautiful wife, was going to be here. She couldn't make it because they got whole big plans. They're about to hold it down at Gen Con. Send our love to Maki, Sean. But if we can do the afterbirth show. Yeah. Why'd I say afterbirth?
The placenta.
The results show.
The placenta.
It might be afterbirth after SummerSlam. Who knows? The results show. We'd love to have her, man. But send our love to Maki, man.
We'll do.
Anyway, let's get into SummerSlam. As you can see, it's already crazy. We're gonna drop our picks, man. It's gonna be a wild one, y'all. Let's see what's gonna go down. So let's do some picks. Y'all gentlemen ready?
Yes, sir. Let's get into it.
Let's kick it off. Let's you know what? I'm on the wiki, so we're just gonna start from number 1 to 7. If you guys got it up as well, because I think the last number 7 is gonna be the main event, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think, Sean?
We want to talk about Raw first?
Oh yeah. You know what? You're right, man. I almost forgot, man. I'm just already in overdrive right now. So but as we all know, as wrestling fans, we have the go home Raw, and then we got SmackDown. As of this recording, it hasn't happened yet, so we can't speak on SmackDown yet. But we have the go home Raw.
Yeah.
Before we head into SummerSlam, let's talk about it. Go ahead, Sean. Let me go ahead and put it on speaker for you. Let's go in. With what went down at Raw to lead us into SummerSlam.
Okay. I'm freshly optimistic. This go home show seems to be finally slowly putting pieces together, like establishing storylines without necessarily immediately like throwing them like as a storyline together. But like I'm starting to see where I think they're going. You know what I mean? The go home show, for a go home show, it wasn't as like boom, like hard hitting, and I think it's really because the first segment was the Drew and CM Punk segment. Seth came out in like these crazy, poofy shoulder referees.
My man know how to throw down with some gear, though, bro.
Well, he really doesn't. Becky said that man has no fashion whatsoever.
So it's all Becky's brilliance.
Becky or someone else backstage, because she was just
backstage.
She's smooth, was just like, he is a cargo shorts and t-shirt wearing fool. And so every time I see him in something, I'm like, I wonder who picked that out. I mean, he rocks it well. But I can definitely see him being the type who's just like, man, just give me my hat, my cargo shorts, my flip flops, and my t-shirt, and I'm good. Uh, but yeah, no, it was a great outfit. Um, it they kind of did the whole you guys can't attack each other or Seth Rollins or else the match is over, which is kind of annoying. You kind of want to see the intensity for the go home show. So that was a little bit of a letdown. Um, the promo was good. CM Punk's always great. I feel like the crowd missed a couple of moments where they should have called to his CM Punk chant a little bit. So it was a little weird. The crowd was a little off a little bit. And just Drew, man, I don't know, man. Drew just doesn't do it for me. It's hard.
I go up and down with Drew too.
It's such a weird role to play, right? Like he's this heel who is just like, oh, I've been, screwed over, and it's just like, no, you're a whiny baby who is suffering the consequences of their actions. But instead of looking at your own actions, you're only looking at reactions of other people from your actions. So that is the type of heel that he is. But his delivery is just still a little off.
Yeah.
Like it's still a little bit too slow. Like, listen, Punk, I've been screwed over, in the past 8 months by you since WrestleMania to my hometown in Scotland. And it doesn't flow right for me.
Him and Damian Priest got the same problem, bro.
I feel so. Damian Priest of old.
You think Damian stepped up from?
I think this like weird, nuanced babyface Damian Priest is a completely different promo than the "We are the Judgment Day." Like it's a completely new Damian Priest, in my opinion. And I don't know if that's because he's comfortable in it, because this isn't really who he is. I mean, you see him in the videos with Caden and with Rhea, like backstage, like he seems like he's a bubbly guy. He's just happy to be there, and I feel like they always booked him as like this badass, like this kind of, or like this heelish kind of character. And I don't think that really meshed with who he is. And sometimes it's hard for people to really make that work if it's not who they are. But
from what I hear online too, he really is a whole different person outside of this. So maybe if he could really encapsulate that, that might be really big for a lot of people, especially the particular community, which is rumored to be that he's a part of. If you know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Let it out, man. Let it out. Just be you. Yeah. That's what I'm about. Just be your genuine you.
No, but but anyway, so the Punk segment went off. That was all right. Like I said, they couldn't find each other. Drew has the weird candy bracelet that CM Punk had for Larry and AJ, which is kind of a knockoff of when Malachi took Adam Copeland's wedding ring, just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
What it is, what it is. There was a couple matches in there I didn't really pay attention to. Like they had Sheamus and Bronson Reed. They're having Pete Dunne come out and like completely, interrupt and fuck with Sheamus. So they're teasing something.
They got him messing around in NXT. What are they doing with Pete Dunne, man?
I don't know. He's having like a psychotic break because he had to go from Butch to Pete Dunne and back and forth and back and forth. So I don't really know. But anyway, so he interrupted. So they're trying to play at something there, which it could do something if they gave it enough time instead of just like these run-in interferences of matches. We'll see what happens with that. Obviously, it was Otis and Tozawa versus the Creed brothers, which was really weird because they were in, home state for Otis, and Otis, like, that's when the crowd popped, was when Otis came out, right? That's when they got it right. And Otis got pinned kind of clean.
Wow, yeah.
It was kind of weird. I didn't understand that. And then, started beating the shit out of him. Monique Dupree. What's her name? Not Monique.
Maxine.
Maxine.
Maxine Dupree.
Monique Dupree is a completely different person. However, Maxine Dupree, you know who it is. But Maxine slapped the shit out of Chad, and they kind of like cornered her, and then that's when the lights cut out, and then three figures. It was Rowan, Dexter, and Joe Gacy came to
we finally got to see them off mask, bro.
And they pulled the mask, man. They look so good. I thought for a second, they're going to have like a much more consolidated mask under the big masks, like kind of how Uncle Howdy did, but they did not.
Yeah.
But Dexter, bro, first of which, I was just like, oh my God, he has Grinch fingers. He has the white boy dreads. And at first I was just like, no, but then I was like, oh shit. I was like, Bray had those.
Right.
So it's probably a callback to that. Okay.
Gotcha.
I can dig that.
We'll take that. We'll get that. Like we'll let you have that excuse.
Yeah. But Dexter looked fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And he had his little video.
He always had a dope look, bro.
Yeah, he always had that menacing look. I didn't really like his VHS video they did. We haven't really heard him talk, so this is the first time I've ever heard him talk, and he just says "run," which, I understand that was very much like we're here. You know what I mean? So I got that, but like to have it right after last week's when all Nikki did and her video was Scream.
Yeah.
And then before that, you had like these emotional kind of in-depth interviews.
Yeah. I wanted more.
Yeah. Like I wanted to see exactly why they were chosen to be in this family and see what their characters suffered or went through in order for Howdy to reach out to them. You know what I mean? So like when Joe Gacy comes up for this last video, let's say, next week or something, is he just going to be like, like, is he just going to laugh maniacally? Like, I'm confused. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or is he going to say something? And then Nikki and Dexter are the only people who didn't get to really say anything. So it's going to be.
I need those three to say something because there is no obvious connection there. So they need to establish that connection, in my opinion.
Yeah. No,
and they need to have them talk, tell their story, do something other than what's been done thus far. So I'm hoping they do not repeat that same mistake with Joe Gacy because I think he, of all of them, really needs to connect with the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, because he hasn't really been on the main roster. I think Dexter came out to the main roster before he got injured, at least for a little bit. Joe's never been up there. So he definitely needs that. But yeah, I mean, you got to see them in action a little bit, got to do some teamwork, which was great. They obviously, it wasn't sold like they were fucking gods or anything like that, but they were powerhouses, right? So that was really cool. Other than that, Judgment Day was backstage. Oh, the Judgment Den got fucked up by Liv. So Liv destroyed everything in the Judgment Day, destroyed the PS5 because she was the one that gave it to him. Like, did a whole bunch of shit. There was conflict, of course. And then Finn is fighting Gunther in the main event. But Finn's also worried about Jay and Sami Zayn. And Damian and Rhea. It's cool. It's kind of cool because you have like the heel characters when they do their montages are in the front walking, and then in the back it's Rhea and Rhea and Damian, like the baby faces. So it's always like a cool like how they're shooting it now. Like there is a little bit of a separation, like, and they're butting heads a little bit because both Damian and Rhea are like, why are you focusing on Jey Uso and Sammy? Like, Finn, you have Gunther ahead of you. I had like Damian, like as Damian, like I have him at SummerSlam. Like we need to be focusing on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're tag team champions. Like focus on that. And it got, I see where it's going, right? So Liv also has a segment where she's burning a bunch of shit in the oil drum, and she's like crying like she really loved Dom, which made no sense. I thought she only loved Dom to take him away from Rhea for revenge. So it's really weird what they're getting there. I can't place that. But Dominic had a match with, I think, Jay, and one of them, I think Carlito, had a match against Sami Zayn. So those are fun. but what I see them doing finally now, I see this is what I was talking about. This is what I see. They've been teaming up Jey Uso and Sami Zayn again, and kind of moving them in the tag team tournament without really worrying about the Braun Breaker thing. So that makes me believe that Sammy possibly is dropping the belt because maybe someone in the Judgment Day who has it out for him right now makes him lose the belt, but then he teams up with Jay to take the tag team belts, and then over on SmackDown, I think the new bloodline gets those tag team belts so that those guys meet at Survivor Series.
I definitely think it's going to change hands very soon.
Yeah. But anyway, the main event, Finn versus Gunther, great match. It's set up for Damian. Like, Gunther's a true heel. Beat the shit out of Finn, even after the bell rang. After he won, he started beating the shit out of Damian, came out, and they beat each other up, and that's when it ended. So, I mean, it's, it was a basic go-home show. Kind of mainly just kind of continued the setup for Gunther versus Damian.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So thank you for that, Sean. I didn't get the opportunity to see it all. Seen a little bit of clips in here. But I am ready for SummerSlam. Y'all ready for SummerSlam?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get to these picks, man. Let's see what's going to go down. Let's make our predictions. Let's kick it off with our current champion, as you had just said, Damian Priest, Judgment Day versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Webster style, lead us off, man. Who you picking?
This is a hard one. I'm going with Damian. On another life, I'll probably pick Gunther, but I just feel like there's something not right about this push with him in this position.
Yeah, I don't see Gunther getting it yet.
No, I think Sean said a lot of it last time. Like, a lot of his mystique and aura is just kind of gone now.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel him for being champion.
Yeah. It's not time yet. It's weird. We like Gunther was on that, that rocket ship. You had him give it to Sammy, and now it's just kind of gotten awkward. And just like this lead in, although it's been somewhat entertaining personally, I feel, with Damian and it given Damian, like, to your, as you were saying earlier, Sean, we get a little bit more. Damian's like starting to come into his own, but it just, I don't know, it's fuzzy. What about you? So Damian retaining with Webster style. What about you, Sean?
I want Damian to win. I see Gunther winning.
Oh, you see Gunther winning?
I see Gunther
but you
winning.
Want Damian to win.
I want Damian to win, obviously, because he has grown on me. But I think it's always weird when I feel like when a person wins a championship and they're a heel first, but then they do like this face turn as a champion. I feel like they never got the true baby face rub of like the underdog fighting his way tooth and nail as a baby face through the ranks to the champion, the mischievous champion, the Cody Rhodes saga. So I feel like they probably want to set that up for Damian, so he can have the true underdog. And I think what happens here, Finn just fought Gunther, and no one, like, he didn't want anyone to interrupt his match on Raw. I think Damian's saying the same thing, like, hey, do not interrupt my match. I think Finn interrupts or tries to help and causes Damian to lose. And that's when, I'm sorry, like, I think this is when you do the turn, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Turn happens,
it does.
And then Damian has to feud with Finn for a while. And I'm sorry, like, they have been a stable for almost 2.5, 3 years now. Like, that's the story, and you don't really need a belt for that. But
True.
that is, gets his mindset away from Gunther after losing the belt, and like, hey, you screwed me over. I'm gonna focus on you, and then he's gonna have to work his way back up as like the underdog babyface, and probably getting teamed up on by Finn, JD, and and see where Dominic lands. And that's the thing, is like another custody of Dominic. Is he going to go with Finn and JD, or is he going to stick with Damian and Rhea? Who knows? So I think that's what's going to happen there. And I think this is the time to do it. SummerSlam, like, you got to do that here. You know what I mean?
You know what? I can definitely see that being the case. I'm just now thinking once you do that, the storylines that you're writing after that. You know what I'm saying? We all know that, end the storyline, new storyline with every title change and all of that. So just curious where they're going to go from there to the next evolution of who we think they're going to pass the buck to, right?
Well, I think Gunther keeps it for a while. Is that what you're talking about, like the belt?
Yeah, in that regard.
I think Gunther takes it for a while, and honestly, like I see Ilya getting built up.
Ooh, that would be good.
Ilya versus Gunther for
Gunther Ilya shit would be dope.
That would be awesome.
You could run that for a while.
Yeah.
Right? I think Damien could do the Finn thing, and then since Finn and JD are the champions, also what I was saying earlier, Jay and Sammy having a fight. But then also, what if Dominic or Carlito is with them? They need a third. Damian Priest joins Jay and Sami Zayn and kind of helps them get the tag titles away from Finn and JD because fuck them. Right? So, like, you can continue that story. Gunther can go on, be a champion, have some good matches, be a giant heel, have Ilya work his way underdog, work his way up, get some wins under his belt, and then, Survivor Series. Fucking Gunther and Ilya, man.
Okay. All right, let's keep it moving because we got quite a bit more. Next up, Sean, the WWE Women's Championship. Our current champion, BBL Bailey. Nia Jax, our queen of the ring. Who you got, sir?
Man, that thing always sneaks up on me. I always forget.
Indeed.
I always forget. And I'm like, damn. Even Maki would be like, damn, we forgot. Like, I always forget. This one's hard.
Yeah.
Because
I can see different storylines to write.
Obviously. And then Tiffy being present with the Money in the Bank. I think a lot of things are going to go down at SmackDown. Apparently, people think, obviously, Nia is going to gift Tiffy with a new Money in the Bank briefcase, probably a pink joint.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I would love to see Tiffy really go heel and like cash on Nia Jax too, but it's just like,
oh, that's definitely gonna happen. As of when, that's when I'm questioning.
But also at the same time, like if Bailey wins and Tiffy still tries to cash in, Nia might stop her because that's what she's been doing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I see them kind of dragging this out. I see Bailey win, and then Tiffy probably come down with the belt or with the contract again, like be very close to cashing in, and then Nia just staring her down. Or maybe she does cash in and Nia screws her over so that none of them have the belt and she wasted her contract. But I don't see any of these people taking off of Bailey yet.
All right, so Bailey retaining. How about you, Webster Style? What you got?
Same, Bailey retaining.
Okay, very simple.
Do you see Tiffy cashing in?
I don't know yet. It's hard to predict, especially how they did the men's Money in the Bank. I don't know. I think it's too soon for her to cash in, but I'm not in creative.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna let it stay. I'm gonna hold because I'm not quite sure. Although I got a funny feeling Nia might take it, man. I got a feeling. Why not change, switch it up right now? You got Julia ready to come over now. We got Stephanie Vacher. The women's wrestling in WWE is about to be fucking lit.
True, but that's more of a concern for Roxanne right now. Zawini, ain't a Bailey concern.
We're gonna infuse it. Well, maybe that's another question. Like, are they straight infusing into NXT or would they come into the main roster?
I think NXT.
Yeah, NXT.
So
yeah,
that's what I hear.
Man, I'm just excited, y'all. Y'all know I'm a women's wrestling fan. It's gonna be crazy. All right, let's head over. Let's keep it to the women's. We got the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan, our current champion. Will her revenge tour finish up with Rhea Ripley coming back and retaining? Webster Style, who you got?
Mommy's always on top.
You know what? Okay. Any else to say to that?
I'll say this, and this is, I think, with this feud, especially with how unhinged Little Short Blondie is, I think that it's okay. Let me make this quick. I was thinking when we saw it earlier, I miss the days when we have these feuds, but they would go back and forth with the belt. Like it would just keep changing hands. We had that a couple years ago with like Samoa Joe and Nakamura down in NXT and in the like trilogy of matches they had, how they were going back and forth. And even thinking back in the day with the title and Intercontinental title, how that literally bounced around between like Triple H and Stone Cold. Like it bounced around and it caused so much. You didn't know what was going to happen. I missed that. And I think this feud is one of those feuds they could introduce that back with between Liv and Mommy. I feel like even if the title's not in hand, not going to change hands, like this is something they could draw out, especially if they just make Liv just really become unhinged batshit crazy.
I dig that. I like that a lot. How about you, Sean? Who you got in Mommy versus Liv? I'm pretty sure you're not picking Liv because if anybody's watched KayFabeyBaby, you know your opinion.
Yeah, I don't agree with anything Webster Styles just said. No, I don't want that. Man, I don't know where Liv fits. I'm sorry. Like this does not do it for me. These promos do not do it for me. This kind of seductress, kind of like, let me wear my Daisy Dukes and, do this and daddy dumb. Like that doesn't do it for me. And it does it obviously for majority of the WWE universe because they love this shit. They eat it up. They love her. She is no good to me. Like, I don't know. It just wasn't believable, man. She's not a good actress, and she's not a good wrestler. And
I would argue that.
Yeah, I would tend to disagree in many extents with that.
What?
I don't think she's a great wrestler.
What?
I do think she can sell really well.
Okay.
Sold really
I'll give her 2 points above Alexa Bliss. How about that?
Oh, I would think we would all agree better than Alexa Bliss.
I
only said 2 points. All right, out of like, I don't know how many, but 2 points is not a lot. All right, she might know 2 more moves more than Alexa Bliss. She does the same exact moves as Alexa Bliss. She does the code breaker. She does a stunner. She does a backbreaker, which is the same as a code breaker, just turned around.
I'll tell you this: you're probably going to hate me for this, Sean. I would take Liv over our sister Abigail.
Really? Nikki Cross?
Nikki?
I don't like Nikki. I've never liked Nikki. I'm not a fan of Nikki.
Because Nikki, in my opinion, got booked weird. Becky's really fucking smart. And I don't know why they don't let her talk. And I don't know if it's because her accent is too thick and maybe Vince hated that back in the day. Like it was just too much. Like Drew has an accent, but it can be dialed down a little bit. Nikki is like full accent, 100% of the time. But
I can see what you're saying.
Put into like the crazy, the manic, crazy Nikki Cross, and then the Nikki ASH, like all these corny roles.
Oh my gosh,
God, I hated that gimmick so much.
She tried, and she's a phenomenal.
Look, that was that was a Vince decision right there.
Oh, I know, but so I feel like she's given the crap end of the draw. You know what I mean? Like she picked the shortest straw every single time with this gimmick. So I'm hoping this Sister Abigail, the Witch, whatever this character is for her, gives her some kind of comeuppance.
Gives some more character.
Yeah, well, more
character. I'm looking forward to what they're going to give us with that.
I hope she just like runs through some of the women's division.
Yeah.
Like show her like as this like powerhouse and let her just like bulldoze through people, and let her be like a little kind of like mysterious instead of just like crazy manic. Like let her be a little bit more menacing, and methodical, right? Like I said, Liv, Rhea better win this. If not, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, I don't see how they come back from if Liv wins this. Like I don't see where this goes. Like Rhea has to win this.
Rhea has to win it. The only reason would be fuck
unless dominant
goes down.
The only reason this is enticing is because Liv accidentally injured Rhea.
Yeah.
And it was not even planned. Without that, there would be no substance here.
Without that, this has been over a long time ago.
Exactly. So, I'm sorry, like she didn't really do it. And like the only thing I can see is obviously if Dom suddenly chooses Liv over Rhea,
That would be the
over,
thing. Yeah.
because same thing as I said with Damian. Rhea's a face now. She won the belt kind of as a heel and kind of made this like transition to a face while champion. And they might want her to do the whole baby face underdog, like build her way back up and then fight the champion. And maybe by that time, Charlotte will be back. Charlotte will beat Liv, get the belt, and then we get another fucking banger from Charlotte versus Rhea, because those are amazing matches.
Dude, I just started thinking because of what we're saying and possible fuck shit in this match, and then fuck shit with Damian.
Yeah.
If fuck shit happens to Damian and Rhea, that would bring them better together to like really. Now it's full on the Terror Twins.
Yeah.
Now we're about to just go mayhem on everybody in WWE.
Yeah.
I kind of not want that to happen, because let them both get screwed over.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see them two on a whole nother level. I would love to see that, dude.
Yeah.
So maybe they both not win. And let's get the wild Terror Twins of Rhea and fucking Damian.
Absolutely. And then, since they're faces, like I said, Damian goes with Sammy and Jay to help out with those tag titles. And then Rhea can go help Lyra Valkyria and Caden and Katana against the I don't know what they're called. Sonya Deville.
I love Dawn and Fire or whatever.
No, not the Unholy Alliance or whatever the fuck their name is. The other three that have been wreaking havoc: Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark.
They have a nickname that fucking Me Chin gave them that I was gonna talk to you guys about that made me fucking lose my mind.
Was it
because
the Scissor Sisters?
The Scissor Sisters?
Was it that?
No, it was something on the Bloodline, but not Bloodline, but I don't know, because
Oh,
it was like a whole like because we already know the three of them, right?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta find it. I was gonna.
Zoe is not.
Huh?
Zoe is not.
I heard she also maybe.
Yeah. Maki looked into it the other day and was just like, wait.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I think she could probably go. Anyway, it was hilarious, and it was coming from me Chin. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry we're getting sidetracked, guys, and we got time. Let's keep it moving. I think I'm on. Am I on YouTube now, Sean, or Webster Style?
Styles.
All right, Webster Style. Undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes, our current champion, versus Solo Sikoa Bloodline, as we were saying.
One's up.
Didn't we see this match already?
Yeah, we did. But it's now on a PLE now, man.
Is it going to be Cody? Again, much like we said, the Bloodline. You're really watching this for whatever twists and turns in the story is going to happen. Who's going to appear? Who's not going to appear? While I like Cody being champion, they need to do something more with the rest of the roster when it comes to challenging him.
Yeah,
because they're not doing a good job.
No,
I mean he had the whole thing with AJ, but let's be real, they're not doing a good job of it whatsoever.
That was it.
So you're gonna have him retain?
Yeah, I'm having him retain.
Okay, how about you, Sean?
Yeah. No, we putting it.
I'm bored of it. I'm bored. I think Cody. I think he has to retain. Like, there's no point in giving this a Solo.
No, I think for the exact reasons what you both are complaining about, that's why you got to take it off of him.
Yeah,
take it off of him.
Solo's just not captivating, man.
But we got to build up this whole bloodline. Like,
I think
going back to the switching it up. I think that's why you got to take it off.
They really fucked themselves by bringing on Jacob Fatu, because Jacob Fatu just has
charisma.
Yeah, he just has it.
Yes.
Like he has the look. He's crazy. He's just fun to watch. And he's just so athletic. And it's just like, man, like you want me to believe that Solo Sikoa is the tribal chief
right
over Jacob?
Not happening.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, Roman Reigns was Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? Like you didn't look at the Usos and be like, "Ha, no, one of them are definitely the tribal chief." You know what I mean? Like, no, it was like, "Oh, Roman's definitely tribal chief." I look at fucking Jacob and I'm like, "That motherfucker's the tribal chief." Solo is not. Like, there's no charisma. Like, there's no, I don't know, man. There's just not it, and I've never seen it for Solo. I don't know why they were so high up on Solo, even through like the OG Bloodline days. But anyway, I want to see Cody retain because this has to end, and I think Cody has to eventually. Randy has to have his heel turn, and Cody versus Randy for the belt again. And I think Randy has to go for the championship belt again, and I think that's the way to do it.
I agree.
But what about WrestleMania?
Story.
Don't we want the long storyline to build up to WrestleMania and Rock in the 2.0 to 1.0 battle?
That's gonna happen sooner than you think. I think that's gonna happen at the first Raw of the new year on Netflix. I think
that's right. You know what? I'm forgetting that y'all were been predicting that to jump it off.
They've been saying that Roman Reigns actually, boom. I think Roman comes back and it startles Solo, and then Cody gets the fucking pin. Because they've been saying that Roman's close to coming back. So I think fucking Roman's music hits.
I don't think he shows up. I think Heyman comes back.
Oh, that's right. He's been out for a second.
Then Roman's music hit, and then it startles Solo. Yes. So you get that tease. Yeah. But I don't think he actually comes back. I think we get Heyman back first.
Yeah. Heyman comes out and like, call Roman Reigns.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I like that better instead of having Roman come out back too early.
All right, I'm feeling that. Okay. All right, so we have Cody retaining Sean, WWE United States Championship. Our current champion, Logan Paul, the hometown hero of Cleveland. Or Puerto Rico. I don't know. I'm confused because of all of that. Because he moved his ass down there against L.A. Knight.
With everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Y'all didn't hit me with the I was waiting on my and y'all just let me hang it.
Sorry. I'm for you. Let's do it again. Run it back. Do it again.
With everybody. We have current champion Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
All right, who do you got now? All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I was prepping myself to say it and not realizing that you would probably be doing.
Who you got, brother?
Oh man, definitely LA Knight, dog. Like I got everybody.
Gotta finally take it off this fucking influencer.
Bro, this is now or never. This is literally now or never.
Boring fucking championship reign ever, dude. Like I'm sorry. Like these specialty reigns between like these influencers or celebrities, like they're so fucking boring. They serve no purpose. You've ruined the fucking championship. Let LA Knight have it. Let him have some fucking bangers with some random
finally people. Give it to him now. That'd be fucked up.
And like that's the thing though, is like Cody's not, your belts on SmackDown are not being defended. Cody's like tied up in all these like mixed, tag matches against the Bloodline and this and the other. And, finally he's having a solo match, against Solo on this PLE. But then Logan's never on SmackDown, never defending the championship on SmackDown, never there. So it's just like your championships are not even on your fucking show.
Exactly.
And it's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give it to LA Knight. Let him have some fucking championship matches on SmackDown again. And fucking have it a good one,
I agree. How about you, Webster? What are you calling on that one?
LA Knight. It's now or never. It's do or die for them. If they do not pull the trigger on putting that belt on him, then he's
ruined.
They wasted LA Knight.
Yeah, they've wasted. Because I don't see them getting him any bigger.
Yeah, without
definitely.
Without a belt right now, especially since he's not in the main event picture and not in the main event picture where he has a credible chance of winning the title.
Agreed. All right, Webster Style, let's head over to the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Our current champion, Sami Zayn, versus Braun Breaker. Who you got?
I'm going back to what they said before, what Sean said before. I think they're giving it to Braun. This is the second time around.
Or else you mess him up now if you don't.
Yeah, I agree. You don't run this back twice and have Braun lose twice.
Yeah.
Unless Ilya gets involved.
Oh yeah.
No.
Since they've had that been going on. So, but I'm so going with Braun.
All right.
I think
Sean, who you got?
I think the Judgment Day interferes because, like I said, they've been harping on Sammy and Jay, the tag team champions, Finn and JD. So I think one of them interferes and screws over Sammy, and Braun wins. So it's not a clean win, but Braun's a champion because, like you said, if you have him lose 2 times in a row, I was not a fan of him winning the first match. I'm glad they let Sammy get a clean win. And then Braun can get this win, through, interference, and it doesn't hurt Sammy. But then Sammy, just like I said with Damian, Sammy does this thing where he's just like, I'm not focused on Braun anymore. I'm focused on the guys who screwed me over, Finn and JD.
Yeah.
And or Dominic or Carlito or one of them.
Right.
And then does the babyface thing and gets with Jay, and they take the belts off of fucking Finn and JD. And then that sets them up for Survivor Series to go against Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I'm sure they're winning that belt.
Having Sammy who have the belt right now kind of makes him beholden to doing stuff because of the belt. If you take him out of that, you can really have fun with him storyline wise.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with you guys. All right, let's close it out. Our main event, I guess, match. We're gonna call it the main event, I guess. Not sure which of these, but it makes sense that this would be the main event match. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth freaking Rollins as our special guest referee. Sean, break it down.
Hey, this is a great match. I can't wait. This is actually, for everyone who doesn't know, this is CM Punk's first one-on-one match in 10.5 years on WWE.
Crazy.
He only ever did the Royal Rumble match. And that's when he got injured. But yeah, crazy time. This is a great story. It's been building up literally since Royal Rumble. And probably even before then, like even when he debuted, I think at Survivor Series last year. And we saw Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins freak out that CM Punk was there, right? It did not look kayfabe. So this has been a long time coming. I'm really happy for it. A lot of people are speculating we're going to get the what was it? The what pay-per-view? The 97 what was it? No Holds Bar match with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels with Brett as the special guest referee. A lot of people are like hearkening back to that, where one of them is going to piss off Seth and like spit in his face, and then Seth is not going to count for him, and then the other one rolls up and gets a 1, 2, 3.
I can see something like that happening.
So I'm curious as to who it's going to be, right? Like, you think Drew's going to get fed up with Seth and then like, push him, shove him, spit on him or something like that and tell him to do his job. And then when he goes to pin Punk, counts to 2, but doesn't hit the 3 for him. And then CM Punk just gets a quick roll up and Seth just hits the 1, 2, 3.
I think you just telegraphed the match.
Yeah. I mean, like that's what makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And then that kind of sets up, Seth and Drew to go at it again, and then leaves kind of CM Punk to kind of go feud with some other people. Like I feel like the star power of CM Punk could really be used to elevate some of the other performers.
Yep.
On Raw, right? Like Drew got brought up because of it. Because like I said, like this is the feud. This is the feud that brought Drew into that stratosphere.
Yep.
Of main event. I cannot remember any other feud that Drew's had.
So the dub going to Drew.
No, CM Punk.
No, CM Punk.
No, to Punk.
Yeah,
okay.
CM
I'm
Punk.
sorry. I got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, sorry.
No
Seth is going to screw over Drew McIntyre. CM Punk's going to win. That'll let Drew to go against Seth for a couple more months. We
got Bad Blood in Georgia, coming up that they've been promoting.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm curious how they play
Oh.
the title, with the title being Bad Blood. I'm curious how they're going to play that up with amongst, We got bad blood amongst us. Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, Drew and Seth have bad blood, dog.
Yeah.
They hate each other.
So Webster Style, you claiming Punk on this one too?
Yeah, I'm going with Punk as well.
CM Punk through. All right, y'all. That's our SummerSlam. Any other kind of crazy fuck shit you think's happened? Are we gonna get AJ Lee out there? Any other surprises before we get up out of here? Do you think this is gonna go down at SummerSlam?
AJ could show up.
I'd like to see AJ back in, man. Especially with all this women's stuff. Man, I'm so excited for women's wrestling.
When do you think that would happen?
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just thinking she'd be in the stands, and there'd be some sort of interaction. I'm not thinking she's like actually be wrestling, but her being there for that match that would play to the storyline, in my opinion.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I can see that then. All right. I no big predictions for me, like no crazy thing, like maybe a cash in from Tiffy, some fuck shit there. I'm mad we don't have Bianca or Jade on this PLE.
I'm not.
Maybe that will change on SmackDown. Because I know they are trying to feud against Unholy Alliance or whatever the fuck their name is. Yeah. I want them to get somewhere with those two. Either keep them as tag team titles or split them up, because they're such giant competitors. And they could be utilized in the singles women's championship scene, and they're not, because they're kind of tied up in this tag team.
Agreed.
Because honestly, Rhea against either one of them would be amazing. That would be an amazing feud. Rhea against Bianca, I don't think we've ever had that. Rhea against Jade,
I don't think so.
That would be amazing. So we'll see.
All right, guys. Well, there you go. Our SummerSlam predictions. Let's get up out of here, gentlemen. And again, y'all, we'll talk the results of SummerSlam next week. All the fits. And as I said, it's going to be the Afterbirth show. I love that now. I think I'm going to stick with it. Fuck it. All right. Webster Style, what you got going on, man, on Sartorial and Geek?
Today, my interview with Adele Zane Walker dropped. All of my content, my coverage from BlurCon has been dropping, which will culminate in the grand retrospective, which will be dropping tomorrow. And with that, you'll have all the interviews, cosplay, B-roll footage, performances from a lot of the artists that was there. So it's like a half hour straight footage. So you be good.
Dope. And my man, Shawn Mongold, what's up with the next performance 8-bit review?
Hey, 8-bit review. It's our monthly show. We took this month off, so this is September 21st. We got a bunch of other cons and things happening throughout August. Like, we're going to Gen Con this week. We got a show. We're traveling to California in the middle of the month. We got another show in between there. We're planning more stuff for next year. We finished filming on a documentary that we're working on for Nerdlesque. Just hopefully going to premiere sometime next year. So that's great. Other than that, I mean, just doing some more things, possibly some fun fantasy-based, stuff, some more D&D stuff on the way. I'm looking forward this weekend, maybe mingling with some people. And then also shout out to Seth Rollins, because I got my hair touched up today, and I went to the barber.
You told him you wanted the Seth Rollins?
I said, give me the Seth Rollins. And he goes, seriously? And I was just like, oh shit, you watch wrestling? And he was like, yeah, Seth, my man. And I was just like, give me that Seth Rollins.
No.
And I had never met this man a day in my life before, and it was just such a good
That's
moment.
Cool vibes, bro.
It was dope. And then we just talked about wrestling and Game of Thrones like the whole time, as he's like going, getting everything touched up, the undercut and everything, So I was just like, yeah, man, I love it.
Dude, that's dope, bro. I love shit like that.
Yeah, it's great. Nerds
amazing.
Everywhere.
Y'all, check out my boys, Shawn Mongold, Webster Style, as always. Love y'all, man. Always a fun time getting together, talking some wrestling. And we'll be talking the picks after this week, man. It's going to be a fun SummerSlam weekend. Cleveland, Ohio. Let's talk about it in the comments. But then stay tuned for our episode next week as we do the Afterbirth show. It's your boy, Kuya B. This is Nerds Rule the World. Shout out again to the homies. All of our links are in the description below. Let's get up out of here. Let's get pinned in a 1, 2, 3. Peace, y'all.
come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
Well, you're not gonna bust a nut anytime we're in the ring.
I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
When I get my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
I'm gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
You can hide behind that commissioner's stuff just so long until I jerk a knot in your ass.
And if you don't think I'm big enough, then you grab a hold of me, and you'll know that I'm growing, my man. Within your hands, I will get as big as I need to be to do the job on you.
All right, just jerk Helmsley off.
There's one part of our bodies that's soft, and it ain't soft all the time, if you catch my meaning.
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
Oh, no, that fits right.
Corey boy, I'm coming hard.